So what is the workshop funnel and why is it more effective than anything else you tried in your coaching business? I use this funnel to get paid 17 grand for updating course models for my coaching clients. And also 50% of my clients who join my main high-ticket coaching program now are people who bought workshop from me in the past. They join without sales call, they join without giving me any objections because they test drive my stuff before they buy my stuff. So they know what to expect. It established a shit ton of trust, and it also reduces friction from your sales process. So here's how it works, and here's why I have a problem with the old way of structuring your sales funnel. So let's say you have an audience somewhere, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, doesn't really matter. You turn these people into leads, you collect their emails or you book them on calls, whatever you do, and then you turn them into highest paying clients. You sell them your one-on-one coaching offer, consulting offer, your high-ticket stuff, because this is what gurus told you to do. And what it does, it adds a lot of friction right here. So it's very hard to convince a stranger to wire you 10 grand, 7 grand, 8 grand, etc. There needs to be so much trust established to be able to do that, and you can't really do that with just your free content. People start YouTube channels, their newsletters, they do all of this crazy stuff just to establish enough trust before people get on a call with them to be able to close the deal. So it adds a lot of friction, and it's like asking a woman that you just met on Tinder to marry you. Like, it just does not make sense. You're not going to convince anybody to marry you before you go on a date. So an alternative is to invite them to a date, right? So you meet them somewhere, let's say Tinder, you get their Insta, then you go on a date, and then you invite them to become your clients or your wife in a dating example. So basically you add another step without working any more than you do now, and I'll show you how to do that. You add another step to your funnel that reduces friction. And with that, you achieve two goals. First, you serve your clients. So I'll show you how to structure your workshop in order to help your current clients. And second of all, you create a second category of purchasers that you have, customers. Customers are people who paid you for one-off solution, like the workshop. They paid you anywhere between 50 and 200 bucks. And they haven't joined your program just yet, but these are the hottest leads possible. They have a problem, they are your ideal client avatar, and they trust you enough to give their credit cards and pay you for something. So these are your hottest leads for your main program. If you've been following me for a while, you know this structure. This is the gravity offer framework, and basically it is optimized for an easy yes. So we have a person who saw an ad or just followed us on one of the socials, and we want them to enter our paid ecosystem as quick as possible. So we introduce a customer offer just so a person can start transacting with us. And once they transact with us, once they get the value that they came for at the first place, now there is so much trust that you don't need a sales call, you don't need to work with objections. If you can deliver on this small promise, the small promise of the workshop, and they actually like your stuff, then there's going to be no friction at all when it comes to joining your program. So basically you allow people to test drive your stuff first, then you sell them the main vehicle, and then if they like the vehicle, the results that it gives them, they can also choose a tuning version of it. So instead of monetizing things and creating multiple offers, what we do is we monetize access to the same offer. People who get on a live Zoom workshop with you, they don't get access to you. They just consume your content for an hour or 2 hours. They have some sort of Q&A at the end of it, but they don't get access to you. They're not allowed to ask you questions after the workshop like your clients do. So it creates the FOMO, and people who come to the workshop after the test drive, they want to buy your car, right? Buy your main vehicle. Because after you test drive a cool car, what do you want? You want to buy it, right? If you ever test drove a car, you know what I'm talking about. And with the workshop funnel, as I said, we achieve two goals. So first, we serve our current clients. So we design our workshops for our coaching clients. And that's what I said at the beginning. I got paid 17 grand for updating course modules for my clients. So I had a course that I thought needs an update. And instead of just posting this update, I also sold tickets to these updated workshops. And this is how I got paid 17 grand for the stuff that I was going to, come up with, create anyways. So you just add this money to your pocket while also creating customers. And as I said, customers are the hottest leads for your main offer possible. You filter out broke leads and you only speak to hottest leads. And this is how I created a list of 160 customers. And what I found is that 15% of them become social snipers without a sales call. So 50% of people who buy tickets to your workshops will end up buying your main stuff, typically without sales call, because they already saw what they should expect from the program, right? And this is how the workshop funnel works. So you have a streamlined process that you're taking your clients through to get them the results that they want. Let's say like you're a fitness coach, you are like nutrition coach, whatever. So this is your process. You probably walk them through a couple of workout routines, probably have some kind of a like nutrition plan, etc. So instead of selling some specific offer, what you basically do to host a workshop is you take a piece of your strategy and you break it down inside of one workshop. So if you're a fitness coach, this could be something like a nutrition plan. You can call it as you want, whatever. I'm not a fitness expert, but let's say that this is a nutrition plan. Now, what you do, you invite all of your current clients to this workshop because you tell them like, guys, we have an updated nutrition plan strategy that I want you to, to start implementing. And you also sell tickets to this workshop for, let's say, $100. So you invite your audience to come and see how well you coach your clients. So people come, and once they consume this small piece of your strategy, once they see how you over-deliver with a small promise, with a small piece of a bigger thing, because this is the bigger thing, right? You have multiple steps like this one. And once they understand that you are a trustworthy coach, a coach who actually delivers for his clients, now they want the rest of the strategy. Once they consume one little piece of it, they want the rest of it. And that's how you motivate them to join your bigger stuff, your main program. So you allow them to test drive a small piece of your program, and then you sell your big program on the back end of this workshop offer. And this is how the process looks like for your clients. Pretty streamlined, right? So you have a client, you invite them to the live workshop, and after that they're happy because they just consumed a value piece, a killer updated value piece from you. This is what they paid for, right? And for customers, it's a little bit more complicated. So with customers, our goal is not only like provide them with value in exchange for a $100 bill, right? We want them to join our programs. So there is a couple of, steps and things you need to do to be able to make this money on the back end. Have people who will join, who will become clients after they consume one workshop, right? So a customer is someone from your audience, not your client, who paid you $100 for the workshop. They see the offer on the back end. So right after they pay, they see that there is a bigger thing that they can buy. So you expose them to the offer. Then they consume the live workshop. They're happy because you just solved their pain. For example, I recently hosted a 101 IG Stories workshop, and a lot of people, like big influencers with like hundreds of thousands of followers, came because I am the best in the market when it comes to IG Stories. Like my stories are world class, right? So I decided to give away all of my strategies, and a lot of people with bigger following than mine came to this workshop specifically to learn stories from the best guy on the market, right? So I helped them solve their pain. help in this case, like in your case, you help them solve their pain. You invite them. You basically say, yo guys, if you come to the workshop, you like what you see, we have a shit ton of such material inside of this program, inside of my program. Go join. So you send them a Google Doc and a series of automated emails, and they join your program. In my case, Social Snipers. So what I found is 15 to 20% is the conversion rate that you should expect, meaning out of 10 people you're able to sell your $100 workshop to, 2 will buy your program. And that's, you know, the best funnel you could possibly run for your coaching business. So let's say you have a bunch of leads, people who told you no, or maybe, or later, or gave you any bullshit objections. Instead of just pushing them towards your offer again and again and again, losing your credibility, losing your status, sending them all of these follow-ups like question marks, memes, and all of this shit. Instead of doing that, why don't you offer them the workshop? $100 ticket to the workshop where they can test drive your stuff, see if they actually need the program, if they are actually ready to commit. You'll find out that most of them will agree, and most of them, after removing this trust issue between you, will join your program. That's what I found, at least with my audience. And this is why I'm hosting the workshop funnel. This one, most of my clients asked me to do that, and we're actually doing it way sooner than expected, just because my clients needed it. So for Social Snipers, I'm hosting the workshop funnel workshop. I know it sounds pretty funny, right? On 29th of July at 11 a.m. Eastern, we'll go live, me, Social Snipers, and anybody who decide to join us with a one-off ticket that are cost $100. And we're going to discuss how to run your first workshop. If you have at least 2 coaching clients, you can run a workshop and you can easily generate 10 customers and 2 clients on the back end. And I'll show you and I'll give you all of the tools you need to be able to do that. How to get paid for updating your course modules. If you have a course for your clients that you need to update, like it's time, right? It's been a while since you uploaded these course modules to like School or any other portal. You know you have to update it now. Why don't you at the same time create customers and get paid for creating for your clients, like I did, and generated 17 grand in additional revenue. That's a lot of money that you generate out of air, right? Yes, generate more money from the same audience. So you don't need to gain any more followers than you have now. I bet there are at least 10 people inside of your audience who are ready to pay you $100 for a workshop ticket. And what my experience tells me, at least 2 of them will end up buying your program. So if you are a coach, if you are any kind of info product businessman, this funnel is for you. And this is literally the best funnel that I've tested for my own coaching business. And I'm going to show you exactly how to run it. I'm going to show you what scripts, email automations I use, how do I deliver for my clients and at the same time turn customers into clients, how do I promote the workshop to my audience so it does not cannibal your main program, and a lot more. So we're going to discuss a lot of things, and you'll walk away with a clear plan for getting your first 10 workshop customers at $100, meaning you will already generate $1,000 selling the workshop that you're going to host anyways for your clients. And on the back end, you'll close 2 deals for your main coaching program. All right, that's enough for this video. If you want to know more about the workshop funnel, then just join the workshop. I will link it up below. Just click the link, join the workshop, and I'll see you live with Social Snipers on a call.